All right, guys, welcome back. So I wanted to talk today about one of my 13.9 builds that I did after I did my other 13.9 build. So I know if you go in just quick channel stuff, huge thank you to Brownells. I actually got most of these parts at Brownells. KE Arms did send me the lower, so KE Arms is pretty awesome. But I got the stock, the grip, I got all the internals at Brownells, and then I went and got, they sent the Handguard out for review, which this will definitely be part of that review. I got the upper receiver at Brownells and a bunch of other stuff. I'll point it out as we go along. But let's just talk about this build. We're going to go just right in with the lower here. This is a KE Arms forged lower receiver. If you want to go help out KE Arms, please go head over to their website and just buy a patch. KE Arms is in the middle of a pretty big lawsuit right now with the KP-15 and a very, very, very anti-gun company who wants to take that away from us as Americans. And if they take away the KP-15, they're also going to take away all the KE Arms stuff. And KE Arms makes some pretty affordable things. This lower is $100. And they'll ship it to your FFL. They're not super bad guys. I hope at some point they'll give me a discount code for you guys. I really do. But no, they also have a really cool logo. I love the dual AR-15s with the KE shield. I think that that's awesome. So go head over there. They have some KP-15 operator patches, which I think are awesome. I'm from Arizona, so I just love all this stuff. But today we're going to talk about one of their forged lowers, because I know some of you don't like the KP-15. Thank you again, KE Arms, for all of this. So let's just kind of KE Arms and Brownells. So go ahead into the comments down below. You'll see a pinned comment that goes to my link tree. My Utreon is there. If you head on over there, you can help support the channel. $1 or $2 is really all I ask. It would be incredible of you guys to help support me. So thank you so much. It is extremely appreciative. And everything that goes to that channel definitely comes back here so I could buy and build more cool stuff for you. So let's get into it. All right, we're gonna start at the buttstock. I went with the B5 SOP-mod buttstock. I mean, it was incredible. I love these things. This was actually what I had on my M4 until I got the other B5 stock. So, I mean, it was repurposed stock, but I knew that when I was building up this gun, this is exactly what I wanted. The reason why I like the B5 stocks is it has the 2 battery compartments in here. You could store whatever you want in there. You can even put Skittles in there if you feel like it. Super easy to access and do. I can actually talk about that right now. So if you're ever trying to access the stuff in your buttstock, this goes for all of you troopers out there who use this stuff too. I'm talking about troopers as in Cav Scouts, not state troopers. Nobody cares about you. So just push on this little back piece right here. It'll bring out the tube. Once you bring out the tube, you have this guy right here. This tube is waterproof from what I'm told. It works effectively. It looks like it's not waterproof there, but it actually is. As you can see, there is no light at the end of that tunnel there. So, yeah, pretty sweet little, I don't know what I would call this, little tube hinky thing. I like it. It's pretty awesome. Just put it right back in there, and then bam. You know, in order to access these, you do have to take the stock off your gun. So, let's get into this. This is an Aero Precision beveled buffer tube. It has this little piece right here. I did get this at Brownells, which they are pretty awesome. It is a 6 position. I do have I think this is a Griffin armament end plate with just a standard castle nut. The castle nut is really hard to stake, as you guys can tell right there. The staking on this castle nut is abysmal because this Griffin armament end plate is atrocious to try to stake. I believe that if I were to hit it any harder, I would crack that guy. So yeah, I just left it as is. So that is what it is. I did change out a few things. This did used to have a different safety on it. There was a Radian on here before. I don't like the Radian. I know, blasphemy. A lot of you guys are going to be like, Radian does make one of my favorite non-suppressed charging handles, but I mean, their safety is abysmal, and I just didn't like it. So I went with the Battle Arms Development Ambi Safety. This is their 50-90 degree one, so it's not necessarily like a 45, or no, I'm sorry, it's a 60-90 degree. So it's not a 45 degree like the Radian. This does gonna take some more getting worn in. I did just replace this. I did get it in from Brownells. I did go with the ACT ALG trigger. It'll be until I get another trigger. I'll probably drop a Geisley in here, or maybe another KE Arms trigger. The problem is that the only KE Arms trigger that messes with steel case primers is not the one that I have. I have the SLT2. So this is the guy that smacks steel case primers on the reliably. on the reliability. So yeah, I'm just going to keep this in there for now until I can find a flat face trigger that smacks steel case primers pretty reliably. I did go with a dimpled forward controls designs, ambi mag release. I love these things. They come with the extra power spring. It's fantastic. And then this is a Seekins Precision. I had on my 12.5. I didn't necessarily like it on my 12.5 because it's just a tiny gun, but I like it on here. It actually fits really well with this grip. With the B5 grip, this thing just fits awesome. This is the P23, not the P22. The P22 doesn't have this little piece on there. And Adam Jagger, he swears by it. I think he's a little weird, but that's just, you know, me. All right, moving on to the upper. Oh, one thing I forgot. The buffer spring and buffer weight. It's an H2 buffer with a Springco blue spring. So with the upper receiver here, we have the Geisley Airborne charging handle in OD green, because who doesn't love OD green? And I'm going to be honest, I did shoot this suppressed. This charging handle is not the best at shooting suppressed. I will probably get a PRI gas buster charging handle, and I might actually just steal the one off my M4 and put this on my M4, just because I don't really know how I like this. It's not... It wasn't fun for suppressed use. I'm going to definitely, next time I go shoot suppressed, I'm going to put the PRI gas buster in this and see how much better that works for shooting suppressed. I have not cleaned this at all, so when I did shoot suppressed, I probably put like 100 and something rounds through it, suppressed with a Sandman S. Yeah, I still haven't cleaned it yet. I just threw some more lube in it. This is a Roscoe Phosphate bolt carrier group. Actually, a fantastic bolt carrier group. I have a video on my Utreon of tearing this guy down, so if you want to go see that, you can take a look at it there. And then, yeah, it is a great bolt carrier group. I love this thing. I wish more companies carried Roscoe stuff. I wish Brownells carried more Roscoe stuff, but it is what it is. Now, this is the part I think I might change, because I have an OD Green Geisley receiver set on the way, and I actually might put that on this gun, specifically because I want to use it somewhere, and I think it would actually work on here. But I was also thinking of using the OD Green upper on here, and you know, there's just so many things, so many possibilities. But as of right now, with the Aero Precision slick side upper receiver, this is just their basic forged one, the M4E1 I have on my 12.5, and I wasn't as big of a fan of that as I thought it would be. I did go with the Midwest Industries backup iron sight. I do like this one. It's not too bad. I still need to zero it. This has the ScalarWorks 193 mount with a Holosun gold dot. So this is the 403G, I believe it's what it's called. Now, one of the big piece de resistance here, two of them actually. So this has a Roscoe 13.95 barrel in it with a front sight base. Now, this front sight base is actually done by TNTE. They are the ones who build out the front sight base and put it on and do all that fun stuff. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now, I'm not a big fan of TNTE. They are a little bit weird on their social media. If you tend to disagree with anything they do, they tend to get upset. I'm going to put this out there. I work heavily with Brownells, so I am accustomed to Brownell shipping. I'm accustomed to all that stuff. Like, I totally understand Brownells. This company though, they were upset that I did say that I wasn't necessarily a fan of their shipping. I felt like it took a little too long, and I did. It was Labor Day weekend. I actually have a post of this upper on my Instagram, and I wasn't too happy. It did take, I felt like 5 or 6 days longer than it should have for an in-stock thing to get shipped out. It wasn't, that wasn't okay with me. I said that to them. They didn't necessarily like that. And then they decided to kind of attack my Instagram. So I probably won't be doing anything else with TNTE, whether you buy from them or not. They did ship what they told me they were going to ship. It did take a little bit longer, like by like a few days, not weeks or anything like that. So a little bit longer than I would have appreciated. But yeah, that's up to them. They're probably going to comment on this YouTube video and get all butthurt. So I'm never going to buy from that company again. Their social media guy, and then the one who decided to cancel somebody's order before. I'm pretty sure it's the same dude. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Now, I like the barrel. The barrel's pretty good. It's very accurate so far. I haven't done actual accuracy testing. I do want to get out and put some of these 85 grain Burger OTMs, boat tail, or Barnes, I'm sorry, not Burger. some 85 grain Barnes. They're really good. I actually know one of the guys who used to work there. He actually just helped design that round. His name is Cole, and I like him. I actually shot with him out in Iowa with Brownells. So Cole's a pretty awesome dude. That's a pretty beefy round, so I really want to put this through this gun. The 2-piece handguard. This was sent out by Brownells. Now, this is a Midwest Industries 2-piece free float handguard. Now, this is pretty much designed to compete with Centurion Arms. Centurion Arms makes a... Is it Centurion? I think it is. They're the ones that make the cold rails, too. So, I'm pretty sure it's Centurion. It's run by a guy named Monty, if that makes you feel any better. They're designed to compete. I'm pretty sure this is what this is designed to compete with the Centurion Arms rails. The lockup is a little bit different. It's pretty solid. It's a little bit beefy out here on this end. I do think they could lose some weight just because it doesn't necessarily line up with the upper receiver to me. That honestly, it is a fantastic rail. Very minimal flex. It does flex. I don't know if you had to run backup iron sights. I don't know if it wasn't a front sight post, if this wouldn't, if this would lose zero, if it was on one of their other 2-piece free float handguards. But I do love this handguard. It is fantastic. Another thing that I didn't know I would like so much, and I'm actually annoyed that it costs so much, is the Cloud Defensive LCS. I actually really love how this is set up. This is the Surefire, just plain pressure switch, and then I have it on the DS00 tail cap for my Malkoff and Aerosocket. Honestly, if you're going to go buy a flashlight, Malkoff is one of the best ways to go. Cloud Defensive is the other one, and then you have Mod Light and now Surefire is now entering the game, but we don't know when those lights will hit the market. So yeah, I know they're already showing up in places. I totally get it, but I was just poor when that came out. So, but the LCS is honestly a really great system. It is a little bit bulky. I will say that it is a bit chunky. I feel like they could lose a lot of weight on here. Instead of this 1-piece design on both sides, I feel like it could be a 2-piece design, and you could cut out a lot of the weight there. I do feel that. So Cloud, if you're listening, you could definitely cut that out just a little bit, cut out some of the weight. I think that would be awesome. It is a pretty lightweight part. I don't know if it's aluminum or steel. I'll try to include that in the bottom down below. You guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong. But yeah. Another lightweight part that I really like are just these Aerosocket inline scout mounts. I mean, they are awesome. I absolutely love these light mounts. They are incredible. I think that Aerosocket has some of the best light mounts out there, and some people may disagree with that, but no, it's something that I think needs to be said. The inline scout mount, the 45-degree offset scout mount, all that stuff, I think their mounts are amazing, and I know that there are so many people out there who love them and have every good opinion about them. So yeah, I did go with the DS00 tail cap because I did want an independent way to run the light if the switch went down for any reason, but the LCS does keep that pretty tucked up neatly, and it's pretty fantastic. So I highly recommend getting the LCS if that's what you're looking into. Plus, I'm left-handed, so this actually stays out of my way really well when I'm shooting. As you can see, the video's playing in the background also. This gun has actually been really good. I've had one failure with it so far, just one, and it was due to a steel case round. I believe that it had rusted a little too much, got stuck in the chamber. Just had to pound it out. It was a steel case round. It's ran everything I've thrown in it brass-wise. No problem whatsoever. Also, I do have to admit, I still haven't cleaned it. Probably should clean it. I know some people are going to get upset at that. So, yeah. Honestly, just a well-built rifle. I like it. Well, it's well-built because I built it. If you built it, probably won't be well-built. I don't know your thing. I was an armorer for a little while. Not that that means anything. But yeah. Fun gun to shoot. Thank you so much to Brown. Ooh. I forgot. This is the Expo Arms single chamber muzzle brake. If that doesn't tell you exactly how much this gun is getting beat, or this light is getting beat up, and it still runs amazingly. And then inside of there, if you're wondering how I'm not getting all carbon locked on this light, I actually have a cleanse kit that's sitting in there. So if need be, I can just take that out and replace it and be good to go. Plus, if you ever break a Malkoff light, you contact Gene and he will give you a label, and he'll replace it free of charge. He is a fantastic human being. If you ever have, if you just want an all-around light that works fantastically, I have some videos over on my Utreon that go over in detail these lights. And you know, one day I'll put them back on YouTube, but just not right now. Yes, thank you so much. Now let's kind of talk about why I built this. It's a good rifle. I really like it. I built it to kind of be more suppressed. I am going to get a 5.56 can for this gun. It is going to be chemo. I really like the chemo system in general. I like the lower that I'm running it with. The KE Arms lower is pretty awesome. I do like the bevel to the magwell, also really good. I did build this to kind of be a intermediate gun, so anything within 10 meters to anything within 500. Think that rifles should be able to have a function. Now this isn't an everything rifle. There's not a magnified optic on here at the moment. I do plan on getting an Aimpoint 3x magnifier at some point and doing like a flip to center magnifier with the ScalarWorks mount. I do plan on doing that at some point. I don't know when, but I do love this setup for how it is. I have the Vortex VMX 3T magnifier that actually works with this, and I might even just go get the Shorty Vortex and put it on here because I do like those little magnifiers. They are pretty sweet. It just works. You can take a gun like this out to 500. Now, will it be insanely effective? No. But you can take a gun like this out to 500, no issue. The rifle itself, though, it's just you gotta train with it. If you're not training with your rifles, you don't know what you're doing. You need to get out there, you need to train with them. I run this lower and I run my KP15 lower, that's one of the better lowers that I have, along with this little lower right here. And it's, you know, it's awesome. I love just how quick I can reload stuff. I just love how fast it is. It is a good firearm to have. So 13.9 I think is just a fantastic overall just way to run it. If you're ever out there and you're curious, 13.9s are pretty freaking awesome. I love the 13.9, the 14.5 platform. I don't like 16-inch guns. I feel like they are getting a little too long, especially when you put a bigger muzzle device on there. Like this guy right here, the muzzle device is what takes up the end. So out here, it's 16.1 inches overall, and you actually feel like it is shorter. I know it's not shorter, but it feels like it is because you're not going out to 16 inches and then adding a muzzle device. You're adding your muzzle device to get to 16 inches, which is awesome. And as you can see right there, it's pin and welded, so ATF, you guys can flutter away. It's a great gun. It's a great rail system. I plan on stacking more stuff up here. I don't know if this rail system is going to hold zero with how much flex there is between this and the barrel. I just don't know if that's going to hold zero with an IR system. I know that that's probably not going to be something that a lot of people know or wanted to know, but I personally love it. So it's been pretty awesome so far. It's not a Geisley rail, I'll tell you that right now, or it's not a Centurion rail. This is a cheaper alternative to those Centurion rails. It's about $200 instead of 300 something. But yeah, no, pretty sweet. I love this rifle. It shoots incredible. As always, guys, I thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good one.